Gnothi Seuton, love, peace, blessing, all manner of abundance, happiness, prosperity, healing, health, wealth, everything that is good and happy. Gnothi Seuton, something good is going to happen to you today. And I was having a conversation and, about, like higher and lower levels of vibrational existence. In other words, the understanding that the ancients have communicated to us for seemingly forever. But what quantum physics and vibrational science and just all of our current science is showing us today that it's true, that there are realities, whether you want to call them dimensions, realms, kingdoms, that are existing in the same place at the same time. And the ancients often talked of, that there's an illusion that we, as experiencing our human experience, think is reality. And then there's prime reality, really, really cool buzzword to look into, prime reality or base reality. That can lead you down a really, really amazing path to do your research on that. And, being able to see the difference. And there's all different types of influence. And I think, movies are very, very powerful, because sometimes we have a concept of something, but, unless we really have a picture, we're not really having a full, revelational experience of the wisdom or the understanding. And so when so many movies that are out today, just, oh my goodness, just so many movies that are giving us examples of these. Of course, The Lord of the Rings is very, very powerful when it shows that, that there's an underlying influence in the unseen that is affecting the seen. And Gnostic teachings, and you can sometimes recognize when there was a influence in our recorded historical path that was very, very beneficial for us, because the Roman army usually obliterated them, exterminated them. And for some maybe ideas or realms or methods of thought, if you really want to find the true story, just go through history and just recognize every race, every species, every nationality or country that the Romans again exterminated, ethnically cleansed themselves of. And you'll find a source of true teaching, true understanding, what really happened, the real story. And one of those groups is the Gnostics, and they're teaching about humankind being influenced by the unseen, and thus being influenced by a different realm, a different dimension, a different kingdom. And this is explained by different traditions in different ways, but simple awareness and recognition that there is an effect on us from the unseen that we experience in the seen. A good example that doesn't go into religious traditions is simply the recent bumping everything up to 5G and the cell phone towers. Lots of cases, you may not find out about them in the mainstream, but there are lots of cases of people becoming just very, very seriously sick. Seriously ill, some to the point where they can't even be around electronics anymore. And when you open up this door, sometimes you discover that that there is technology that was created, and some of it is not supposed to be used anymore. I think it's what operates and transmits uh, around the area of 10 hertz. But any type of frequency that is transmitted around 10 point, maybe it's 0.8, somewhere in there, but I know it's 10 point something hertz. Humans, we are extremely susceptible. And so what can happen is that somebody can put a message, any type of message they want, and transmit it at 10 hertz, and we may think that it's our thought. We may think that it's our idea because it just goes straight to our subconscious. And it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be, legislation and restriction in place that, that frequency is not supposed to be transmitted. Probably about the same level of, we're not supposed to spray aerosols in the air and take away the blue sky for whatever meaning or for whatever purpose, and block the sun, plus who knows what else is in those aerosol sprays and how they affect us. But nonetheless, the official record says they're not supposed to do that. And how many of you have looked out and seen white aerosol sprays across the sky? And it's lately, when you look at them, you see some that are sprayed, in a big X. So it's like X marks the spot. This is where it's going to concentrate and do who knows what to this concentrated spot or area. But anyway, it's just like the 10 point something frequency that if you transmit a message on this frequency, there's going to be a lot of the human population that's going to think that it's their thought. And thus the ancient teaching, ancient warning, ancient wisdom alerting us and making us aware that, listen, there is an unseen realm, and you can call whatever you want, you can name it whatever you want. It's there, and it affects humans. And so not every influence, every feeling, for some people, not every voice that you are experiencing is you. That's why it's very, very important when we become aware of, our own spiritual path, Kenothi Seuton, knowing yourself, being aware of your own self, your authentic self. That's why it's so important for us to know these things, because there are many influences that we think are us or that we identify as us. And beloved, it's just simply not. It's just simply not us. It's us trying to, again, we're living in the Maya, we're living in the illusion, we're living in, a identity that, is maybe trying to please someone else, trying to please a group. And it really is a watered down version of slavery, but it is slavery of the mind, because we're doing and acting and reacting in ways that are simply not us. Sometimes when you look at, videos of, infants being born in the birthing process, and while on one side it's so amazing, it's so creative, it's such a wonderful, beautiful miracle. And then on the other side, you're almost looking at the physical response, and it's almost like, oh man, what, nobody told me this. This isn't what I thought it was, or oh man, look, I made a huge mistake. And you can look at that, and with discernment and with your own personal intuition, you can at least be aware that there's something going on. Like Morpheus said in the Matrix, it's like a splinter in the mind. It's there, but you're just not quite sure. Or maybe there's areas of denial that we don't want to admit it, but we really do know. And since we are an extension of the true Creator, what the Gnostics called divine spark, we do know, and we are aware, and we do recognize that this is simply not good for us. It's not helpful. It's toxic. And when we can recognize that these influences these influences are happening. Some of them consciously and some subconsciously, some known and some unknown, some on purpose, and some from other realities, other realms that we don't even know of, or we certainly can't see. But the purpose of this awareness is for all of us to take back our own personal authority, to take back our own personal sovereignty, to recognize who we truly are, to awaken our true consciousness. Many of the ancients taught of the higher self, and the experience that we're experiencing now in this realm of reality, the seen realm, the realm that is only 0.005 of all of known reality. And to simply recognize, of course, some traditions teach that that's a higher version of ourselves, that maybe it's a future us. It's it's us who have gone through different experiences of karma, living in the future. But the truth is, beloved, that's who we really are. That's who we truly are. That's where we truly are. That's where the projection of prime reality, prime existence, prime source, base reality, that's where we are projecting our consciousness from. And that's who we truly are. That's why it's so powerful to take a step back and just watch your thoughts, and to disconnect from the ego self, the self that we have become based on all the pressure from the outside, disappointments, dreams that have been taken away from us, seemingly taken away from us. That's the conclusion that we usually come to. But it's a collection or a collective of experience and happenings that really are a blockage. They are really preventing us from receiving the fullness of the well-being that is given unto us as children of the Most High, children of the Creator, children of the Divine Source, Divine Spark, inheritors of everything that is true. But when we recognize that there is an influence that is seemingly purposefully blocking us from that, trying to keep us away from that, and maybe even trying to feed off of that, because that's their source of energy, that's their source of existence. The word loosh has been thrown around, old CIA experimental discovery. And so when we can recognize that for our own selves, and again, within our own comfort zone, within a way that is going to be awareness unto us, not anxiety, or not any type of spooky disturbance, but simply an awakening of our own consciousness, to be able to be aware of our own true power, to know the truth, and the truth shall make us free. Kenothi Seutan, love, peace, blessing unto you. Something good is going to happen unto you today. Namaste.